we advise deals with some heavy topics and subjects such as mental health, suicide, sexual assault, and more. Please listen at your own discretion and please seek professional help if you are struggling. Thank you and enjoy the episode. Hey guys, and welcome to 2024. I know it's been a while, to say the least, since my last upload. I do apologize for that. It was quite a struggle after my grandfather passed away. And then I sort of felt okay. And then I sort of felt bad for feeling okay. And then it sort of went back and forth for a while. And then I just didn't know what to record, which for me could be a good thing. It might mean my mental health is on the incline rather than decline, but it does mean I have less to talk about with you guys, so that's not fun. I also want to apologize if you can hear like a fan or something moving in the background. It is as hot as Satan's balls again this year. Finally it's hit summer, now it's just too hot. So I've got the fan on, but the fan is blowing one of the blinds, so I'm sure you can hear really annoying noises throughout this whole thing, and for that I apologize. But I hope you guys have had an amazing Christmas and New Year, or whatever you celebrate. It's sort of what I want to talk about, actually. Seasonal depression. I heard someone say once that seasonal depression is bullshit and you're either depressed or you're not depressed. Which, I mean, in some regard, that's true. You are either depressed or not depressed or floating around. But seasonal depression, I feel, hits harder sometimes than quote-unquote regular depression. I feel the added pressure and need and want of family, especially in my case, really adds to it, which makes it a lot heavier burden to carry. And it's kind of weird because I don't usually get it. Usually, you know, I can push it aside and move on my merry way, but this year, I don't know if it was because my grandfather passed or for whatever reason, it was just hitting harder than usual, but it was exactly that. I was really in my head this season. Christmas hit me a lot harder than it usually or would ever do in the past. New Year's was strange. New Year's was a strange one for me this year because part of me wanted to leave, obviously, the shit and everything that I dealt with behind. But at the same time, I was kind of anxious to move forward. And I don't know why that is. And I'm just sort of in and out of my head a lot. But fuck, Christmas hurt. Christmas was really hard. I spent Christmas Eve day with family, which, as you all know, it's just my dad, my sister, and her kids, which is fine. Don't get me wrong, that's fine. However, I don't remember if I've said this in a past episode recently or not. And when I say recently, I mean the more recent episodes, because we all know I haven't released any in a while. But my mum has moved back. She's now literally like 30 minutes away from me. And not long before Christmas, my dad had seen her down the street. Which you're probably like, Ebony, she's just down the street. It's not that big a deal. But to anyone who's been listening for a while, you know that that's really quite a big deal. Like, the fact that not only has she moved closer, but like, it's no longer, what's the word? It's almost like it's made it more real. It's made it more definite, the fact that my own father has seen her in the flesh. And I think that's what brought on a lot of emotion this past holiday season. It's just like everyone I worked with was with family, and then you get the same question from every fucking person. You know, how was your Christmas? What did you do? Did you get up to much? How excited were you for this? Did you get much from Santa? Which, on a side note, I'm 31 in a month. Why are we still referring it to Santa as an adult? It's creepy enough that this fat bastard wants a child to sit on their knee every year. Not a child, all children. Why are we keeping this going as adults? Why are we still referring it to Santa? It's not cute. It's not funny. It is annoying. But regardless, it's just another question to add to the merry list of questions that you get asked every year. How's your Christmas? How's your New Year? How's the family? Did you see this person? Did you do this? Did you do that? And I get it. Not everyone's going to know your situation, and I understand people are just trying to be friendly, but I kind of feel like we shouldn't have to or shouldn't need to ask those questions every time. I feel like if I wanted to talk to you about it, I would bring it up. And it's just like having that drilled in your head time and time and time again. It is exhausting. It is mentally exhausting. Trying to keep that smile on your face while you're working through, because I worked right through. I only had public holidays off. And it's just like, it's like you're putting on a facade. It's like, it's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. It's all bullshit like everything else in life. It's all bullshit. Are we ever really truly happy or excited, or are we really truly content with everything? I mean, think about it. Everything we do has some sort of meaning behind it, which isn't always good. It's like a lot of the people that I find that are asking, what did you do for Christmas and New Year's and that, they want to be able to tell you what they did because they want to one-up you. It's not, oh, I'm so happy for you that you did this. It's okay, cool, you did that, but I did this, and it was so cool, and it was this and that. And it's just like, it really got me thinking how everything comes across as like a competition, whether it means to or not. It's almost like we're always trying to beat someone. We're always trying to get ahead of someone. A lot of the times it's ourselves. A lot of the time we're just fighting with ourselves. And that really hits hard over Christmas. Because I was fighting with myself. I was like, the thing that I'm getting off track, or sort of sidetracked, the thing that threw me off guard the most this Christmas was knowing my mum was nearby, and stupid me actually contemplated reaching out to her. After everything that's happened, after everything she's done, after the fucking mess that happened last time I tried to reach out to her, I actually thought, you know what, I'm 30 now. Why don't I just reach out to her? But then I didn't. And part of me was like, good, great, fantastic. Don't reach out to her. She is a hoe. She doesn't give shit about you. She's not a parent. She's not a mother. She just exists. Then the other part of me was like, and why not? And I hate myself for thinking this way, because it should be that. It should be why not. It should be I should be able to reach out to her. It should be we can have Christmas together. It should be everything. Yet it's never anything. And sitting there alone on Christmas Day, no family or anything around, stuck in my head about, do I talk to my mum or not? I hadn't felt that low in a long time. I hadn't felt that low, especially over Christmas. Usually, as much as I don't like Christmas, I can get through it, but this really hit. And especially since doing this and my other podcasts, I'm on social media more, which means I'm on stuff like Twitter more, which is everyone sharing photos and stories. So because of that, it really just rubs in your face, like, how much better it could be and how much better you could have it. And it's just really hard. Like, I don't know. I don't know what it is about 2023 Christmas or anything, but it just hit a lot harder than usual. I was really missing some people. I felt really alone. And I don't know. I just say I push through it. I don't care, it is what it is. Something clicked this year. Something just really got under my skin. And the thing is, I know I'm not alone because I've seen a lot of people talk about seasonal depression, and especially over in the cooler countries where it's snowing and a lot of places you can't, or it's getting towards the time where you can't leave your house, or it's harder to because of the amount of snow and whatnot, and so then you feel trapped. And it's just really unfortunate that a lot of us live in this situation where we can't enjoy the holidays. We just feel alone, or I don't know. It's a lot. It's really a lot. And I don't know if maybe because also the heat, being Australian, being in Melbourne, the weather has just been so up and down. And Christmas has really just been quite wet, really. I mean, I'm sure, as I said earlier in the episode, you can hear my fan in the background, and, that is the case, but over Christmas and before Christmas, it was actually quite wet. We've had a lot of rain this season, and I think that really adds to the seasonal depression. I think it really just makes you feel gloomy and down and depressed, and I don't know. I think it also doesn't help that there's always a lot of conflict within the small amount of family I have around this time of year, because it's very it's very my family versus your family in relation to my sister's kids. We've got a 6-year-old and a 4-year-old, and their dad's not in the picture, but their dad's family is, and my dad always gets very jealous and frustrated that the kids are always spending holidays and time with his family when he's a piece of shit, but yet the kids see us all the fucking time anyway, so it's really kind of hard to figure out what way to go. But it's been like that since Ollie, the oldest, was born, and it's just like I already feel like shit. I'm already kind of over a lot, and then the next thing you know, I'm having to put up with my dad cracking the shits, which means I get the phone call of him cracking the shits, talking to my sister, and I was in the middle, and I'm just kind of over it. It's also a month until my birthday as of the day of this recording, and I'm kind of over birthdays as well. Not to say I didn't have a bad 30th last year. All things considered, it wasn't too bad, but I don't know. I'm just feeling really off. And I just want this sort of season shit to go. Like, Christmas is gone, New Year's is gone. We have Australia Day coming up, which is, I suppose, the best way to describe it would be like your 4th of July being like in the States. It's not exactly that, but it's the best comparison. And then my birthday. And there's just like a whole lot of little things between and it's just getting really hard to stay positive. I definitely have some exciting stuff coming up in the year. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm definitely excited for a lot, but I've just been very up and down recently. And all I can put it down to is the holidays and my mum. And if it is just that, then I know it'll pass. But if it's not just that, then I don't know what the underlying factor is, and who knows. But like, I know there's a lot of us that have going through and gone through seasonal depression and depression in general. And I hope any of you who are listening that are or have gone through this know you're not alone. And I think that's probably the best thing we can take out of all of this, is that we're alone together, as stupid as that sounds. And regardless of where we are in the world and time zones and all of that fun stuff, we've still got each other's back. And, we always will. I've always said, technically I'm a stranger to everyone who's listening, or most, but my socials are there for a reason. Like, I'm not just there to promote. My DMs are always open. I'm always willing to talk to someone, because I found in my own past experiences that talking to people can help. As much as we all get stubborn and we don't like it at times, it's sometimes the best thing for us. But with that being said, I'm going to end the episode here. Bit of a doom and gloom to start the year off, and I do apologize for that, but unfortunately that's the belly of the beast with this podcast, is you never know what you're going to get. But I hope you have and continue to have really great holidays and time with the family, and hopefully you're not too down on yourselves or not too familiar with what I'm going through. I am aiming being the key word here, to put out episodes fortnightly or every 2 weeks, to those of you who apparently don't know what that means other than the video game. So thank you for the support. Thank you for continuing to support. And I look forward to trying to be on schedule a lot more than I was last year. That's the goal. If you didn't know, just a little bit of a plug, I do have 2 other podcasts. I have a film one that is more than just reviews. It's a lot of deep dives and discovering laws and the meanings behind a lot of film related things, as well as reviews, as well as YouTube content as well. That's not just for audio. So follow me over there at Film Spark Pod, or the Film Spark Podcast, literally everywhere. Or I have a hockey podcast that I do with a very special person. So listen to that one as well, with the horrible name that I still adore, the Shooters and Hooters podcast. Literally shooters, hooters, and shooters and hooters everywhere. So once again, listen to that. That is a hockey podcast. It's all things hockey and a lot of stupidity on both of our behalves. So yeah, thank you so much for listening to episode 1, 2024. Holy crap, how fast is the year gone? And you'll see or hear from me in 2 weeks. Bye everyone. Hi, like what you heard? Need a bit more Nuggiez in your life? Then come follow us on all our socials. That's at SSNUGGIEZ pod on all socials. Linktree is linktr.ee/SS Nuggiez pod as well. Come listen to us on all platforms: Spotify, Apple, Good Pods, and more. Come on over, we always need an extra hug. Listener discretion is advised. This is not for the faint of heart. We deal with all topics, so just be aware. But come on over. You're always welcome.